All right, we're back with some more of Brian's finest, SSX. Rob is on the couch.
I am on the couch, and Brian is behind the controller.
That's right. We're gonna see what happens here. We have started 5 episodes of these, but we're actually only on the 3rd one.
Yes.
We've had so many issues.
Yeah, it has just been nonstop, like controller.
Yeah. Really don't know what's going on. You looked at the controls, speaking of this earlier. I wasn't paying attention. So, it's bringing me out here. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's get a different person. Since those were your people. This is my guy, but I do want to take a quick look at the controls since I didn't pay attention before. Shoulders are the grabs. Jump with X. Shove with the right stick. Move with the left. Pre-wind. Okay, wow, those are simpler controls than I remembered.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna be my guy that I normally play as, Moby.
I forgot he's British. I didn't realize.
Yeah, he is British.
I didn't realize his shirt is a differently colored Union Jack.
Yeah, it sure is.
I didn't. I think in the later games, don't they just lean super heavy into that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
Later games, I switch character, but I can't remember as to what. How do I just start? Oh, here we go. All right, yeah, we're still on Snow Dream. All those issues have eaten up a ton of our time.
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind of a weird one. So you asked me what did Nintendo need to do, and I started to explain they needed to stop doing something in particular.
Right.
And so what I need them to do first is have me forget that they stopped all of those channels. They took down all of those other channels with copyright strikes.
Oh, right, and like banning people on Twitch and stuff like that.
Exactly. So that's the first thing that they need to do. Oh, I missed it. So that's the first thing that they have to do. That is a really hard jump to make, huh?
Yeah, it is. Doing tricks in the deep snow.
Another thing is, I kind of want Nintendo to stop pretending it's in a different industry than everybody else. I feel like their jimmies were hurt because the GameCube, a console that I like, wasn't the most powerful. A bunch of people had an issue with it not being the most powerful thing available, and as a result they just started being like, well, all of our systems now are going to have something special about them that will 100% make it stand out. So you had the DS, of course, has the 2 screens. You've got the Wii with the Wiimotes, and then you had the Wii U with the tablet. The Switch and how the controllers connect and disconnect. Like, those aren't, I'm not calling those bad things. Ooh, that didn't work. But I feel like they've so over-focused on that in the meantime, the general feeling... Oh, I missed my jump. The general feeling is I only want to play the games like Mario, Zelda, Metroid that I've always only been able to play on Nintendo.
Right.
And so I need that stuff to change. I need them to be a part of this industry and not just try and exist in their own sub-industry.
I mean, the gimmicks aside, so I honestly think they hit on something incredible with the Switch.
Okay.
Like that being able to just walk up to it, pull it out of the dock, and you're just playing on your handheld, and then plop it back in the dock, you're playing on the TV. That's pretty cool. I mean, for like a multi-user family household.
Sure.
For a single guy like you, like, so, okay, let me ask you this. So, what if they were to do something to where they released a Switch, but it was just the console. There's no handheld, no nothing. There was a spot to put the cards, and you just played it with a controller.
See, I'm not actually calling those things bad. What I'm trying to call out is they're doing that because they've got some amazing engineers and designers who could do cool stuff like that.
Right.
But they're also trying to set themselves apart, not by being like, look, we've got the best new machine because of this. Instead, it's nobody else does this, therefore we're not really competing against anybody else. That's the part that I kind of want them to undo.
Well, but the bad thing is while Nintendo's been around for a long time, like, but that's how they started.
Sure.
Like, Nintendo started advertising as a toy.
Right.
So they've already started it in a separate market. But I understand what you're saying. Like, hey, you guys do video games.
Oops.
Just do video games.
Right.
I do think that all of the stuff leading up to the Switch was kind of them kind of throwing stuff against the wall. And I mean, the Wii hit big time. And when the Wii hit, that was like, oh, your grandma plays bowling. Cool. But then, you know, bringing out the Wii U, which was a better system, but everybody just thought it was you buy that tablet for your Wii.
Right.
And then coming out with the Switch, but all that time, like, oh, you know, we're the Zelda and Mario people. We do our own thing. We don't follow other trends. I mean, it's not anything new. Like, they're notorious for, you know, trying to stretch hardware.
Boy, that was terrible.
I think a lot of their stuff has had, you know, not the most current hardware in it to compete with, like, Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that. And they've done a good job with what they had. But people want Nintendo. People want what you want. They want to see Nintendo be like, oh yeah, well, okay, you guys are going to put out Halo. Okay, well, here's Samus.
Yeah.
You guys want to put out God of War? Here's Zelda. You guys want to put out Ratchet and Clank? Here's Mario. Mario, motherfuckers. Maybe you've heard of him. So, but they're relying so much on we're the Mario, Zelda people. We have our diehard fans, and we're gonna do whatever we want.
Right.
But I do agree with the other part about the takedown strikes and the shutting down channels and stuff like that. That just seems like that's a blanket lawyering.
Yes.
For very little to no reason, like when Alana Pierce got banned off Twitch because she viewed someone else's video.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, like, I feel like Nintendo has this attitude about it where, like, we're Nintendo, you know, like, you gotta respect us. I want to introduce them to a different idea, which is, you know, welcome to professional sports. Yeah, you were an amazing linebacker for all these years, but what have you done for us lately, and what are you going to do for us next season? Right. You know?
Right. Well, and that seems to be a bigger trend with a lot of the larger EA, Activision, etc., with the rampant layoffs and whatnot, because people, you know, staffed up during the height of the pandemic when everyone was home. And then after the pandemic, when people had to get back to work, then they went, oh crap, we can't pay you guys all this money.
Right.
But, I mean, I have one son who's 10 and one son who's 4. And my 10-year-old saw both of the Mario trailers this past week. He saw the remake of Mario RPG and he saw Mario Wonder. And like, he's excited, but that's the thing. Like, we seen the Mario movie in theaters. Like, I got it for Father's Day on Blu-ray. You know, it's like 10, 15 years ago, if you would have said to me,
What?
Mario is never going to be as big as Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny.
Right.
But now, like, you have your iconic characters like Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, Mario. Mario's up to that echelon now. Because everyone knows who Mario is. Even people who have never played a Mario have seen the Mario movie now.
Yep.
And maybe those people are also wondering who the hell Mario is.
Right.
But do you think it's also it's not just because of it's not just pomp because of their diehard fans, but it's knowing full well what first party characters you hold?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a huge facet. Boy, something that will help me speed up here would be nice.
Yeah, right. I mean, sitting there going like, well, where else are you going to get Zelda?
Yeah.
Nowhere. So sit down. Take your medicine.
Yeah.
But I mean, like overall, is there anything hardware-wise that bothers you? Because I know a lot of people didn't like the Wii U.
Sure. Their hardware is always weak, and it doesn't have to be.
Right.
And the only reason why that bothers me is because of the third-party big releases. I'm tired of watching a Nintendo show, some sort of showcase or what have you, and being like, and now we've got this big title coming, and my first thought is, I don't want to play it on that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Why do we suck at this game?
Dude, it gets to a point like you hit like two things early on and that's it.
Right. So yeah, it's like I just get tired of seeing stuff like that. Whereas when I'm looking at I swear to God, if I win with this idiot. See, these are all freestyle boards. Is Elise the only one that starts out with a racing board?
I think so.
That's so weird. Oh wait, no. She also only does a BX. Whatever. Oh, you know what? Let me do that, actually. I just thought about something. Keep that. Let's try and unlock something here. I feel bad everybody's seeing the same event and the same races and what have you.
Right.
See if we give them a little something different here.
Right.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh, it was we were talking about Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, so it's just like it's gotten to the point where I'm going to put this in a weird way, but it's gotten to the point where I went from excitedly watching what is Sony, Sega, Microsoft, Nintendo, what do they have coming up for us next? Can I hit those? I think I can collect those, right?
Yes.
Nope, not if I miss them. What do they have? How are... That's starting to feel like a mistake, that spot.
Because you have to hit it at a certain...
Okay. We are restart. Oh, we can't restart.
No, that's what I looked for before.
Oh.
Video games isn't there yet.
I guess. But I used to excitedly watch the Big Four battle for my attention. And of course, Sega doesn't participate in that way anymore. But Nintendo doesn't either, and that shouldn't be the case.
Well, Nintendo was the first one to peace out, weren't they?
What do you mean?
Like, Nintendo was the first one to piece out of those big presentations, right?
Yeah, but they do their own shows, but
right.
It just became a thing where I'm always... Why is there a counter? Wait, why is there a counter? Was there a time?
I guess, or was it like get as much... Oh, you didn't get any score because you didn't get to the end.
Okay, we're just instantly restarting. I was messing around. I didn't think there was a time limit. But I just feel like Sony and Microsoft are... Did I miss that?
Got it.
I had your little effort thing there where I used the jump button. I'm not doing it.
Oh, see, at least I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Yeah. I almost wonder if we're using too good of a controller. As weird as that sounds.
There's no button lag.
Right. I'll land on it. Nope. I feel like when I pay attention to the press releases, I do feel like Sony and Microsoft are actively trying to be like, come on, Brian, here's why you want to play with our stuff and not their stuff. And that's kind of like exciting. Like, all right, sell me on the idea. And currently, I'm not getting that feeling from Nintendo.
Right.
I feel like Nintendo's saying, you have to love us. And that makes me not love them. Wait, there's static. Hello. Okay. Cool.
Are you having the problem that I had where you got stuck turning around?
I'm pretty sure... Oh, okay. There's checkpoints for time. Because I'm like, how do you get a gold?
Not like that.
It just did not let me do anything there. This is what happens when you play games with the wrong equipment. So I guess what I'm saying is I want to be courted, and Nintendo's not courting me. Nintendo instead expects me to take it to the dance.
I get it. Well, Nintendo is the only... I shouldn't say Nintendo, but when Iwata was president of Nintendo, like, that was kind of... I think that was kind of the last bastion of doing stuff for the people rather than the company.
Yeah.
Because when he took that pay cut just so people wouldn't have to be laid off.
Yep.
Well, like, I have a Switch. I bought my Switch secondhand. Mine's not brand new.
Okay.
So technically, I didn't give Nintendo any money for my Switch.
Gotcha.
You know, and that's kind of how that's kind of how, I mean, I got the PS5, I got the Xbox, I have the Switch. I mean, it's funny because I use the Xbox for mainly like Fortnite and Grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And the PS5 is Spider-Man, Divinity, God of War, stuff like that. So, like, it's not like I play focused set of games on one console. I got it spread out a little bit.
Right.
But when you see games side by side, like it almost seems like it's making games for the last generation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the Switch, so it's like, oh, we're gonna port it to everything, even the Switch. It's like, okay, well, what are you going to do to make it fit on the Switch? And then you want to keep it on par with the rest of your game.
Right.
I was hoping the Switch OLED would be the Switch 2, but
yeah,
not a thing yet. A lot of people were expecting an announcement out of Summer Games Fest or something like that for new hardware, but no, I didn't think so. I really didn't think so.
I'm trying to think. There was something that got me excited at Summer Game Fest this year, and I can't remember what the announcement was. I did have a moment where... Did you watch the whole presentation for SGF?
No, I watched the clips.
Okay. So there was this moment. I watched the Giant Bomb We Talk Over. And there was a moment they all busted up laughing because they thought it was a mistake. But I had a moment where I'm like, I don't think that was a mistake. That's a really terrible mistake to make. And I turned out to be right, and because I even guessed in my head what it was about. Jeff Keighley opened that show with words where he's like, make sure you watch till the end, we've got something big for you. Like, those were some of the first words he said introducing the show.
Right.
And then I don't remember what it was that got presented, but it was related to Final Fantasy. I think it might have been related to Final Fantasy 14. And it cuts back to Keighley, and Keighley goes, and speaking of Final Fantasy, and he pauses. And everybody in the crowd thinks, oh, it's going to be the next update about the remake series.
Right.
And so they start, the crowd starts murmuring and getting excited, and he goes, no, not that. And he then goes on to do a DoorDash commercial. And it was really awkward, and like Jeff Grubb especially just loses his mind. And I'm thinking,
one where it's like, use our code for DoorDash.
Yes.
Something off.
Yes. And as they were laughing at that, I'm like, okay. As they were laughing at that, I'm like, no way is that a mistake. Keighley's been involved in this for way too long to not know what everybody was going to think he was going to bring up, and that would, if anything, piss off your sponsor. Because you're putting them in the light of everybody's gonna be like, oh, we thought he was gonna show us something. It was a stupid DoorDash commercial.
Right.
So as I'm thinking about that, I'm like, oh wait, he said that thing at the beginning. They are gonna show footage from the new Final Fantasy remake thing everybody's waiting on. And he's just trying to do a gotcha moment, and that's exactly what wound up happening. Yeah, I was very proud of myself for seeing through that.
Yeah, I was thrown off a bit by that too, especially when he started it with, speaking of Final Fantasy, so it's like, now I have your attention. Let me talk to you about DoorDash.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because it's just like, you don't mess with the sponsors like that, Like, that would hurt future sponsorships if it weren't planned. And so it had to be something that DoorDash was okay with, and that was the only thing I could think of. I just saw that shortcut at the last second. And that's what it turned out to be. I don't even have the bronze yet, jeez.
Right. Well, if you put it in so, I mean, corporate tie-ins with stuff, they aren't new.
No.
But now you're getting something like this at Summer Games Fest where it's like, okay, well, is next year going to be commercials before the trailers?
Right. Which, I haven't heard anybody say this, but it was a thought that I had, and I'm curious what you think of this.
Okay.
So obviously, Summer Games Fest is the replacement for E3. E3 appears to be dead, what have you. And I could really use a trick or something here.
With that nice big open spot?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that drop was coming. It's not enough warning. So yeah, obviously Summer Games Fest seems to be the leader now for that kind of show. I didn't mean to do the diagonal.
Well, I think E3's just completely done right now, right?
Right, that's what I think. I'm sure we're gonna hear in the future of people trying to do revivals still. I just don't expect much from it. That said, I shouldn't have gone for the second one.
Right.
That said, one of the... That's not where I thought I was going to go. One of the things that had always happened with E3, I feel like, is people like you and me who are not in the industry, we couldn't go to E3.
Right.
And so people had always clamored for a more gamer-centric show for the little guys.
Right.
And Summer Games Fest appears, or I'm sorry, we did learn it's Summer Game Fest, not games. It seems to be trying to thread the needle between a industry show and a, oh my god, I need a different angle here. Oh no. I can't get up.
Go through.
Yeah, well, I wanted to treat this like a half pipe. Hugh Weezer. Oh no, that was hash pipe, wasn't it?
Yep.
Shut up, clock. We might be done with this game. So, I feel like they're trying to thread the needle between...
Oh no!
Yeah, wow, that was a finish.
Oh no!
Don't worry, folks, he's dead.
Oh no!
Oh, he's alive.
Sick.
And there's the disappointment that he's still alive. So to finish my thought here, I feel like Summer Game Fest is trying to be both. It's trying to be the industry show because E3 is gone, and also trying to nudge into PAX territory with the consumer side of the show. But it feels to me like their idea of how you do that is have more commercials.
Right.
And I'm not down with that.
You're thinking like ad executives, not game designers.
Right. So we went so long on the last one, and this one's getting kind of long too. I think I'm just gonna split one of them because I know we've got other stuff to get to today.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us, guys. I really do like this game, but I'm apparently bad at it now.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't remember having a 540 calorie chicken salad, but it says so right there. So thanks for joining us, guys. Hopefully we didn't disappoint you too much with our lack of skill. Nobody told us to get good, so we didn't.
Right, we just stay mediocre.
That's right.
Right.
You stay frosty and mediocre, Joy Boys and Gals.
Frosty.
Bye.